The underpaid and unrecognized editors behind Twitch's biggest streamers want and deserve more. Let's read on about this. When Yasuo, the popular League of Legends Twitch streamer, shouts to his video editor that he will receive a bonus 3 cents for every YouTube like on the future clip, it's hard not to feel a little sad for him. The editor, Pinoy, takes it as a challenge though. He jumps into frame and commands anyone watching the video to slam both the like and dislike buttons to maintain balance as he imitates Thanos in a surprisingly well-acted yet low-quality remake of a scene in Avengers Infinity War. Pinoy is unforgettable as he zigzags around the screen with frankly more charisma than the streamer he's supposed to be promoting. Whoa. I didn't, oh my gosh. I did not realize this article was going for blood. Wow. What's up, Xenos? Ouch. The attitude and willingness to insert himself into the video is why Pinoy is a rarity among the usually invisible editors behind the biggest names on Twitch. Yasuo fans know who's putting the videos together, and that's why anytime there's a bonus involved, they help him get paid. Pinoy's videos, which feature snappy compilations of moments from Yasuo's streams, bring in 50,000 to 100,000 views each. Even if a lot of those viewers don't click through to his channel, they've helped the YouTube channel gain enough traction on its own to gather around 1.5 million subscribers. Pinoy wouldn't tell me how much money he makes creating these eccentric videos for Yasuo. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his name. Yasuo? I'm saying it so wrong, I'm so sorry. And other streamers like Vienna, but I spoke to several editors like him for the story who believe they deserve more. The editor's role. Let's zoom in more. There we go. Ooh, that's good. That fits the screen. Every big Twitch streamer has to take YouTube and other platforms like TikTok seriously. It's part of building the brand, introducing people to what you do in a short form way that Twitch simply doesn't have the means to. They do have the means, they just don't want to because dumb. Many streamers are live for 6 to 8 hours a day, which leaves no time for the long editing process, so they hire one of the many freelance editors out there ready to bite. Several of the editors I spoke to for the story not only make videos and thumbnails for YouTube, but they also manage entire YouTube channels. That means publishing anywhere from 6 to 10 videos a month, writing descriptions, moderating comments, making community posts, and watching analytics. That's all alongside the immense amount of work it takes to make the videos. Some editors have to scrub through full streams to pick out funny or skillful moments, a process that can take several hours and sometimes even longer than the stream itself. Others get clips handed to them from the streamers, but not every streamer is directly involved in the process. Once editors have the clips, they bring them into a video editing software and start laying in effects, subtitles, and memes. You need to have a good eye for comedic timing and for the sorts of moments that not only sell the streamer's personality, but keep a YouTube viewer's attention. And given YouTube's unceasing thirst for video drops, you have to do all of this in a short amount of time or risk losing precious views. The time it takes depends on the video. I've made some in 4 hours, others can take days. A lot of the time really comes from the tedium of cutting a VOD down to exactly what you need / want for the video, Pinoy said. By the time you can start adding the fun bits, you're already exhausted mentally and physically. It can be hard to find any creativity. I'll often wait another day to even start on the next part unless I'm under a deadline. And then afterwards, I'm dead for at least a couple of days. Lug, a video editor for popular Twitch streamer Snuffy, told me. Lug said he's satisfied with his relationship with Snuffy, but knows it gets hard for others out there. Link is coming in chat. To call them editors is an understatement. They are producers and sometimes full-on content creators, making all the same decisions they would on their own, except most of the credit and pay goes to the streamers. I mean, the streamer is still the entertainment. It's still the person that people want to see in that video. I mean, This is like saying that all the credit goes to like Chris Evans when he does Captain America, and not any, you know, not as much credit to like the people who made the movie. But that's like how superstars work. They're the ones that people want to see, that sell the tickets. I'm not saying that like the other people don't deserve the credit, but I'm just saying that makes sense why it is that way. Oh my god, Daniel, wow. I had a GTA RP client who handed me a 14-hour VOD daily. Basically said good luck, and I couldn't sustain that. Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, how do you have time? You need a whole team. Like, you realize it's gonna take me 14 hours minimum to watch through this. I mean, at least you can watch things at a higher speed, but that's still so much time. In other media, the amount of work Twitch editors do would make you a respectable salary. Video editors outside YouTube, freelance or not, often do less work for a lot more pay. In the US, they can earn around $50,000 to $120K a year working in film, depending on the size of the project, and there are unions too, something that is still only grassroots for YouTube editors. Accessibility of streaming, the precarity of the platform, and the niche they operate in makes it being an editor for Twitch streamers often exploitative. Twitch requires streamers to hit 75 concurrent viewers and to stream at least 25 hours a month before they're eligible to become Twitch partner to get a larger cut from subscriptions. I mean, this isn't like really a thing right now. I mean, there's a small amount of people who have access to a bigger cut. Without a massive established audience, it's impossible to make streaming a steady job. Small streamers want curated videos to push toward those goals and expand their ways of making money, but can't often pay their editors fairly, and the big streamers that do are few in number. What's left are a ton of skilled editors who have little individual power to negotiate their rates, whether it's because the streamer doesn't make much on their own or because they're so successful that it feels like they could find anyone to make videos for them. I mean, that's definitely a fair thing. Yeah, it's expensive, and small streamers can't afford that for sure. But then if you can't afford it, then don't hire them. I mean, unfortunately, that's what you have to do. The struggle to stand out. On the streamer side of things, getting an editor is like making a long-term investment that might not pay off for years or at all. All it could take is one clip exploding on social media or YouTube, but it's only getting harder to stand out as streaming continues to grow. Success in an algorithmically governed media landscape takes luck. In the beginning, you have to understand that you'll be working at a loss since you won't generate much revenue. But investing in a channel that will slowly grow and make back that money is important because visibility is ultimately how you grow as a content creator. Bao, a popular VTuber on Twitch, told me. Bao employs a team of editors and told me that for her, it's important to adapt their payment as your channel grows. But for many other streamers, the value of clips goes unrecognized. It's important to think about the portion of your audience that only perceives you through bite-sized clips and think about why they might be interested in catching your streams live, she said. Right now, they're only window shopping, but what do you think will make them stay? The problem is that nobody knows how many people do stay. It's difficult to formalize the conversion rate for how many YouTube viewers, let alone viewers from any other platform, click over to Twitch. Many streamers are forced to treat YouTube like its own audience. Doing so requires you to grapple with the complexities of trying to grow in a completely separate space where the algorithmic trends might not align with the kind of videos you make. Add in TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, and it all becomes a lot to manage by yourself. Be a content creator in 2022 is to stretch yourself across the internet and hope you don't get torn apart. For exposure. Twitch as a platform is hyper-competitive, where streamers spend every second trying to grow the view count or at least keep it stable. With thousands of streamers live on Twitch every day, only the top 0.015% of them make enough to live on, according to data leaks from Twitch's internal records last year. Popular streamers like Dr. Lupo and Tim the Tatman moved to other platforms where the pay is more consistent, untied from the front line for their attention on Twitch. But many don't get those opportunities and are stuck searching for what game or topic or gimmick will bring in viewers this week. Hey Lex! What's up, Robo? The editors below them pick up the crumbs. They take on jobs at a rate and a workload that would be unfathomable in any other industry. They're often invisible to the people who watch their work. The relationship between streamer and editor is fraught because nothing on Twitch is stable. This is definitely true. Nothing on Twitch is stable. Even in the best scenarios, like Pinoy showing up in Yasao's videos, becoming a known part of the process, the onus is, however jokingly, put on the audience to keep him paid well. Pinoy, for what it's worth, is happy with his job and said he views himself as supplementary, but he said he has several friends who do incredible work that don't get recognized in the same way. The issue is it's harder for them to strike good deals with streamers since it's harder to stand out with stream highlights, and I think that's a shame. Editors frequently get hired because they're already fans of a streamer or follow them in some way. When Ninja wants an editor, he can just tweet for one. Much like how chat mods dedicate a lot of their time to streamers for no pay, it's common for editors to do the same simply because they're a fan and want to help someone they already like. It's easy for a streamer to take advantage of this dynamic and refuse to pay editors at all. Even when they do, negotiations happen in Discord DMs and rarely involve any kind of contract, so jobs can fizzle out anytime or end abruptly. I mean, I will say that this makes it sound much more nefarious than I think it is. I don't think streamers are out to take advantage of people and like use them and throw them to the side and refuse. It's not a refusal to pay. It's more an inability to pay. So if someone is willing to make videos for free because they're a fan and they want to help, I mean, of course a creator is going to be like, I mean, yes, please. I would love help. That would be amazing. So, I mean, I don't think it's like, oh man, yeah, I can get away with exploiting this person because they're a fan and I can make them work, post 7 videos a week and all this stuff. Like, and that's where the whole line comes in. If you're setting all these requirements, you're like, you must post a video a day and you need to do this, this, and this, and they're not getting paid, then that is an ugly line that I think has been crossed. But if someone is volunteering and you just accept what they can do and you're like, hey, I mean, this is great if you could do like once a week, that'd be awesome. That'd be super helpful. You know, I think that there's a line. I'm feeling this right now as someone who does custom scoreboards for low-level esports streams. I feel this hardcore. Yeah. What can change? Earlier this month, I posted on Twitter about my short experience as an editor for a fairly popular Twitch streamer. I wrote that I got paid $100 for what would often be 4 to 5 hours of work cutting a video together. I mean, that's $20, $25 an hour. Is that, I mean, that's a reasonable pay. The response to the tweet was overwhelming, with many streamers, editors expressing their frustration with the job's underappreciation and relaying their own experiences, and many non-editors were surprised to hear about the hours of work that goes into it all. Let me look at this tweet. She dropped me as her video. Who is this person? She dropped me as her video editor because $100 per video was too expensive, lol. I mean, I also did literally 90% of the work on this video, but I'm not sure anyone would ever know that. She did pay me most of the money from Blizzard, but I didn't know beforehand how much of the work was going to be left to me. $100 wasn't like putting clips she gathered together. It was scrubbing through 8-hour streams at 1.5x speed for hours, finding them myself. I know I'm not alone in the nightmare that's editing for streamers. I'm just lucky I had other forms of income. More people were seeing this because she responded. I just want to say that my problem wasn't that she didn't pay me. She did. It was the way my work was undervalued and how I was generally taken advantage of for her own growth. Okay, I don't agree. $100 per video if you're, I mean, it just depends on how much you make off the videos. Like, And so, okay, so I don't, this is weird. I don't know how it was handled in the conversation, but typically you'd figure it out what it would cost, like, you know, an estimate and have an agreement. And for most smaller creators or mid-sized creators, I mean, I could not afford $100 a video, but I also try to make the work of the editor as easy as I possibly can. So, okay, so I have a lot of thoughts about this. Wow, we gotta go full screen for a second, because first of all, if you are a streamer and you want an editor to make highlight reels or videos from your YouTube, from your Twitch stream, you cannot just drop them a full VOD and say, good luck, because that will acceptably cost a lot more money. That's going to cost you a lot of money, and it should, because that's a lot of time to go through 6 to 8 hours of content. And that's just watching the content. That's not highlighting and clipping and stitching and editing and captioning and adding in memes and cuts. Like, that is a massive project. As a streamer, you need to help your editors out. The best thing you can do is make clips, or have your mods help make clips while they're watching, or your viewers help make clips while you're watching the stream, while it's happening at the time, so that your editor can just pull the clips. That literally saves hours of time, okay, for your editor. That's gonna save you as a streamer a lot of money, okay? Now, as a streamer, you can't really make clips while you're streaming. I mean, you can try. I don't know how good it's gonna turn out, but what you can do is make markers so that your editor can go and find those moments with you. The marker system is great. If you've never heard of the marker system on Twitch, it's great. All you gotta do is type /marker in your chat. Or you can do a stream deck button for a marker. There's a dashboard button for a marker. Make markers, or your mods, your editors, anyone who has the editor permission can make markers, right? All they do is type /marker. They can add a note, and that will help your editor be able to see when they go to the VOD and they look at the 6 hours of content. They actually get to see little yellow lines where you made those marks, and they can go through and say, oh, well, I can just jump through this and find these, you know, 6 points that you marked, rather than 6 hours of unmarked content. That's going to save your editor time. It's going to save you a lot of money. Make your editor's job easy, okay? Don't drop off your VODs, because charging $100, an editor charging between $20 to $35 an hour to even $40 an hour is pretty standard, okay? That's pretty standard. So for the love of God, anything you can do to make that easy and save time is good for both parties. Make your editor's job easy. That is my PSA. And I'm going to put a marker, because this is going to go on YouTube, and my content manager is going to find these markers and be able to make highlights. That's how we do it here. Now, totally same topic, but different topic within the topic, okay? My pay structure is not a flat rate, and this is actually what I really recommend streamers or YouTubers, if you're hiring an editor / content manager, because if your editor is doing your thumbnails, they're doing your titles, your tags, your description, they're monitoring your analytics, they're scheduling the videos, that is not just being an editor. They are a content manager at that point, okay? It's a much bigger job. And so the way that I structure the pay is either a flat rate per video, depending on the type of like edits that it requires, and an hourly pay for the time it takes to, again, everything I just listed, right? Thumbnails, scheduling, monitoring, commenting, moderating the comments, all that stuff, analyzing trends, liking comments, blah, 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 blah. Now, what I also do is I give my content manager a percentage of the YouTube revenue. It starts at like a low percentage, like let's say maybe 20% of your YouTube revenue. Okay, your editor gets that much because they're doing all the work, right? They're doing all the underneath stuff. They deserve a chunk of what you're getting. Yes, Booker. Hi. And then you can scale that up based on it hitting certain goals, right? Like let's say your revenue increases, maybe you double your revenue, maybe you get $100 more a month and you increase the percentage, or they're handling more and more work. That way that your content manager becomes invested in the success of the channel. So they're not just doing a job and they're blah, 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 churning out stuff, but now they really are invested in the success of the channel. They want the channel to do good. They're going to try to make every video like, you know, in a way that's going to make it the most successful. They're going to be more motivated to care about how good the videos are and how they're done. I think that's super fair to give a percentage. And again, it's a benefit to you as well, because if you make more money, right? Like if your editor is motivated to do better, then you'll make more money and they'll make more money and everyone's making more money, and that'll just keep going up because your editor and your content manager is motivated to keep that going. That is great teamwork. All parties working together to help each other. Yeah. And also, if you can't really afford, maybe there's like a deal to be had, right? Like maybe you're not making much on YouTube right now. You're a smaller creator and you can't really afford to maybe pay them as much as you would like. So that can be a way to help kind of give a little bit, but it's more like an investment, right? It's like a piece of your company, right? Like, okay, I'm giving you a piece of my YouTube channel. So if you can help me, maybe it's volunteer for right now because I have no money. And maybe you just get everything I make from YouTube up until it starts to pay for your work. And then that percentage goes down to, okay, well, maybe now you get half because I'm making 3 times more. And so you hit what you deserve and then you get bonus on top of that. You know what I mean? I really like incentivizing my editor like that. Yeah. I think it's a really smart way to do it. Okay, so let's get back to this article. That was 2 tangents, 2 great tangents. Boom, boom, marker for that as well. All right, let's get back to this. So this one, it's like I understand parts of it, but some of it I'm like, well, meh, you know, so mixed reaction on here. The volatility of streaming on Twitch obfuscates the labor that goes into content creation from the thousands of people that visit the site every day. Streamers become their own independent businesses that have to find a way to fight in the arena for attention, and that trickles down to all the underpaid editors they hire. For things to materially change for both editors and streamers, Twitch would have to fundamentally alter the relationship it has with streamers and begin treating them more like its own employees. The company reportedly looking into increasing the amount of ads and lowering how much Twitch partners get paid. This doesn't seem like it'll happen anytime soon, not as long as the streaming platform continues to grow. If they decrease, so some streamers have a higher pay cut, they get like, I don't even know what it is, like 60-40 or 70-30 instead of 50-50 on subs. If they were to remove that from people, oh my gosh, there would be fires and Doritos, lots of Doritos. Lots of Doritos being dropped. I don't think they would ever do that because the amount of backlash that you would get would be, I mean, I would be very mad. That's for sure. You shouldn't have an editor if you're small. You need to put in the work. No, you don't have to. Look, it is much smarter to know your strengths and your weaknesses and hire your weaknesses. Hire out your weaknesses if you can. Delegate your weaknesses. You do not have to be strong at every aspect of being a content creator. It is not worth the time. Hone in on your strengths, go harder on your strengths, and delegate out your weaknesses. Okay? I do not know how to video edit. Okay? I can do basic edits with, like, you know, something like Capwing that's free. Basic crops, I can do captions, but I do not know how to video edit it, and there would be never have been a point in my career that it would have made sense to take the time to learn how to do that, on top of when I was streaming 6-7 days a week as a small creator, 7 hours a day, and doing all that stuff. Like, no, you do not have to do that. Small creators don't make any money. Dude, I make like $100, not even $100 a month off YouTube. And that's on my gaming YouTube channel. Okay, I make absolute dog crap on YouTube. So I don't know where you think that streamers are just posting YouTube videos and making bank. It's just not, it doesn't happen. It's not that, like, making money consistently and enough on YouTube is not an easy thing to accomplish. 100% agree with Loco here. It's not like you can't have your editor teach you what you're looking for so you can give better instructions. Yeah. You said in my content and learned after a few months that I'm terrible and take too long. Yeah. I mean, time is money. Time is money. So if it's taking you 5 times as long to edit one video, and that cuts away from like missing an entire stream where you could earn what it would cost to pay an editor and then some. That's just not smart to keep editing those videos. I can draw and do graphics. Yes, that's a natural talent I have. We can't make broad strokes of assumption on how much money someone makes on YouTube. Most creators don't make much on YouTube. Even established creators. Like I said, I make like sometimes just 20 or 30 bucks a month from my gaming YouTube. I don't even know if I've made anything off my YouTube that I do now. The one that I focus more on, I don't think I make much of anything. Like $1. Yeah, it definitely does not cover the costs it takes to put that content out there. So short of that, streamers should better recognize the role of editors and make a more responsible decision on whether or not they can afford one. Twitch clip economy thrives on the backs of the skilled editors making way less than they're worth, and it's only through recognizing their efforts that the job of being an editor can hopefully start to improve for everyone. I've been editing for a long time now, and since I was a kid, I loved making people laugh and smile, as corny as it sounds, Pinoy said. Seeing hundreds, if not thousands of people's days be just a smidge better is a feeling I can't really describe, but you can be damn sure it's motivating. Maybe not everyone needs or maybe even wants recognition for their work, but I think a lot probably do and could use a little love thrown their way, Lug said. I definitely couldn't work if there wasn't much recognition, but like all things, there is a balance, of course. If I worked too much for myself and nobody else, I'd fail. If I worked too much for others' recognition, I'd fail. That's the case for me anyway. Correction, a previous version of the story opened with a sentence about how Pinoy doesn't get paid as much as he deserves. In the absence of knowing the exact details of relationship with his clients, we've amended it to represent the other editors we spoke to for the story instead. We also added clarification about Bao's relationship with her editors. Because some people, I think Pinoy got like upset about this. And I thought I had the tweet. Let me check my bookmarks. Oh, Bao got upset about this. Oh, wait, this is, hold on, let me get the exact tweet here. I always do that. All right. Kind of sucks that my first article interview was just for discourse without my knowledge or consent. I think accusing Vienna of underpaying her editors without proof was uncalled for. It's got 12,000 likes. This person is massive. 300,000. Hey, what's up, Sim? Good to see you. How's everything going? How's the fam? I feel like they misrepresented some folks to use a name to push an agenda. Yeah, that seems like it. Holy crap, did all this really come out because he's salty about his own experience? Like, this is not professional. And again, I don't know, like, how this interaction happened, but like this just makes you sound snobby. She dropped me as her video editor because $100 per video was too expensive, lol. Like, maybe it was too expensive. Maybe they couldn't afford it. Like, maybe like if that person who dropped you was like a douche about it, then fine. I understand being salty. But if they're like, oh man, like this just isn't gonna work, this is too out of budget, and then that's how you handle it. Like, again, I don't know how it went down, but this just seems like it does seem salty. Thanks for standing up for me. I'm sorry for this whole thing. I appreciate you so much. Not to mention, I make and edit all my videos, and the way they describe the process of highlighting and editing makes it seem grueling. I produce 3 TikToks a day on top of full-time streaming. I don't mean to downplay the work that editors do at all, but it seems dishonest. I just hate how it's written too. Like, it's not explicitly saying she's under pain, but just heavily implying it, and the only reason stated is because other creators do the same. Ridiculous. Like, okay, so I mean, I think that the moral of the story is, if you can't pay someone for their work, like for video editing, content managing, you can't really demand them to do things. So if you have someone that wants to volunteer because they know you can't afford it, take it, be gracious, be kind, but don't start demanding, like, hey, you have to review my 8-hour VOD. I need to buy tomorrow. I need you to post 1 video a day. Like, you know, that's too far. Like, now they're working for you and you're not paying them. That sucks, right? You have to come to an agreement that works for both parties and seems reasonable. So that's point number 1. Point number 2 is, don't hand your editors 8-hour VODs and say good luck. Make their job as easy as possible. That's going to be so much fairer, nicer, and cheaper for you, right? Make markers, clips, timestamps. If you want to manually write down the timestamps, like, give your editors direction. What do you want? You know, like, communicate with them and give them bits to go through. Like, hey, maybe the first hour, or hey, only when I was playing this game, or hey, you know, I think I had something halfway through, or maybe it was towards the end, you know, like, give them more information. And point number 3, I would say, is consider giving your editors or your content manager a piece of the YouTube revenue. That will motivate them to make the best videos they can. They will be motivated to help you actually grow, and in turn, you should make more money long term, right? If they're helping you and they want to make more money, you make more money. It's a win-win situation. So that is my summary on dealing with content editors, content managers, how to work with them, and how to create an equitable arrangement. And now I mark so that our content manager Camdell can find that and turn it into YouTube content. Yay! We did it. So meta. Why not have a personal yet professional conversation directly with the creator? People don't realize they call themselves out on Twitter. I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, I don't know what, again, I don't know what they, this person, like, I don't know what they were commenting on. It seemed like maybe Maybe the person was getting called out for something, and then so they're like piling on with like another reason that person sucked. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I think overall, like, yeah, I mean, there are definitely streamers that do take advantage of people and editors and underpay them and overwork them. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, I'm not saying that's not a thing. That's definitely a thing. I think that this person is biased, very biased in the way they wrote it. But yeah, I'm sorry I totally butchered Yasuo's name so much. I can't believe this person said that the video editor is more charismatic than the actual streamer. Like, that was a roast. That was a whoa, ow. That was oof.